The controversy erupted without warning and spread across social media in minutes. A single comment, delivered calmly on a live podcast, ignited a storm that now has Hollywood, media insiders, and royal watchers all paying attention. According to the article making waves online, Meghan Markle is said to be furious after entrepreneur and media figure Kern Lima allegedly referred to her as a fake pretender during a live broadcast. What followed was not just outrage, but a wider debate about image, authenticity, and the growing backlash surrounding celebrity narratives in the digital age. If you found this report insightful, take a moment to reflect on how celebrity culture shapes health trends and why responsible conversation matters. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more in-depth coverage that goes beyond the headlines and keeps you informed as these stories continue to unfold. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments section. The moment reportedly occurred during a widely followed podcast episode that was being streamed live, leaving no room for edits or clarifications before the words reached the public. Kern Lima, known for her success in the beauty industry and her reputation for candid conversations, was discussing public personas and authenticity in modern fame. According to listeners quoted in the article, Lima appeared to single out Meghan Markle while talking about individuals who, in her words, carefully construct victim narratives while privately operating with entitlement and manipulation. Though she did not initially name names, the article claims she later made a remark that listeners immediately connected to Meghan, describing a public figure who presents herself as relatable and misunderstood while allegedly benefiting from elite privilege. As the podcast clip circulated, social media users quickly filled in the blanks. Short video segments were shared across platforms, accompanied by captions asserting that Lima was clearly referring to the Duchess of Sussex. Hashtags began trending within hours, with some users praising Lima for what they described as bravery, while others accused her of engaging in unnecessary character attacks. The article states that by the end of the day, the clip had reached millions of views, pulling Meghan Markle back into the center of a controversy she has long tried to manage. Sources cited in the article claim that Meghan's reaction behind the scenes was immediate and intense. Described as seething and blindsided, Meghan was reportedly angered not only by the comment itself but by the fact that it came from a woman known for promoting female empowerment and authenticity. According to unnamed insiders referenced in the piece, Meghan felt the remark undermined her credibility and reinforced what she believes are unfair stereotypes pushed by critics who refuse to accept her version of events. The article further claims that Meghan viewed the podcast moment as a betrayal of shared values. Kern Lima has previously spoken about overcoming self-doubt, building confidence, and reclaiming one's voice, themes that Meghan herself often emphasizes in public appearances and interviews. For that reason, the alleged comment cut deeper than criticism from tabloids or anonymous online users. It was framed as criticism from within the same empowerment space, making it harder to dismiss as simple media hostility. Supporters of Meghan quickly mobilized online, accusing Lima of punching down and exploiting Meghan's polarizing public image for attention. Several commentators argued that the podcast comment, even if indirect, fed into a pattern of public shaming that disproportionately targets women who challenge traditional power structures. They pointed out that Meghan has been the subject of intense scrutiny since entering the royal family, and that any critique, no matter how subtle, risks amplifying harassment. On the other side, critics of Meghan seized on the moment as validation of long-held beliefs. The article notes that many commentators framed Lima's alleged remarks as confirmation that skepticism toward Meghan extends beyond tabloids and royal insiders. Some argued that when a successful entrepreneur with no direct ties to the royal institution makes such comments, it signals a broader cultural shift in how Meghan's narrative is being received. Media analysts quoted in the article suggest the incident highlights a growing fatigue with celebrity storytelling. In an era where podcasts and long-form interviews allow public figures to control their narratives, audiences are becoming more critical, questioning sincerity and motives. According to this analysis, Lima's comment resonated with listeners who feel oversaturated with carefully curated victimhood stories that may not fully align with behind-the-scenes realities. The article also raises questions about the risks of live podcasting. Unlike pre-recorded interviews, live formats leave speakers vulnerable to backlash when comments are interpreted in unexpected ways. Even if Lima did not intend to directly attack Meghan, the lack of immediate clarification allowed speculation to flourish. By the time responses were issued, the narrative had already solidified online. As of the article's publication, neither Meghan Markle nor Kern Lima had released an official statement directly addressing the alleged remark. This silence has only fueled further speculation. Public relations experts cited in the piece note that Meghan faces a strategic dilemma. Responding could prolong the story and draw more attention to the accusation, while remaining silent allows critics to define the narrative without challenge. The article claims that Meghan's inner circle is divided on how to proceed. Some advisors reportedly favor a carefully worded response emphasizing Meghan's commitment to authenticity and positive impact. Others argue that engaging with the controversy would only legitimize what they see as an unfounded attack. This internal debate reflects a broader challenge Meghan has faced repeatedly since stepping away from royal duties: how to balance personal defense with public restraint. Meanwhile, the podcast moment continues to ripple outward. Commentators are revisiting past interviews, speeches, and projects associated with Meghan, reanalyzing them through the lens of Lima's alleged critique. Supporters push back, accusing critics of confirmation bias and ignoring the tangible charitable work Meghan has promoted. The article presents this as yet another example of how quickly narratives harden in the digital era, leaving little room for nuance. What makes this controversy particularly striking, according to the article, is its timing. Meghan has recently been working to reposition her public image through new ventures, partnerships, and media appearances focused on wellness, motherhood, and personal growth. Just as that rebranding effort gains traction, the podcast clip threatens to reopen old debates about credibility and intent. Observers note that Kern Lima has not been immune to criticism either. Some listeners argue that calling out another woman's authenticity on a public platform contradicts the inclusive values Lima often promotes. Others defend her right to express an opinion, especially in a discussion centered on personal experiences with fame and perception. The article frames this as a clash not just between two high-profile women, but between competing interpretations of empowerment itself.